Hi, Professor. Good afternoon. My name is Injara Horvath, and this is my presentation that I would normally give on the first day of school to my students. So first, I would go over classroom expectations on the first day. So some expectations I have for my 8th grade scholars are: be respectful to yourself, your peers, and the classroom. Be responsible for your actions, work, and materials. Come in prepared to learn every day, and be kind and helpful to others. Now, as for classroom rules on the first day, I make sure that my students are aware that they must raise their hand to speak or ask questions. Calling out is not tolerated. Keep hands, feet, and objects to yourself at all times. Arrive on time to class, and no cell phones are permitted in class. Now, consequences for breaking these rules vary. So if it's a first-time offense, I would most likely give them a verbal reminder. If it is a second-time offense, I would have a private conference with the student or possibly a seat change. If it's a third-time offense, I will be reaching out to their parent or guardian to inform them of the situation. And if it was a fourth-time offense, they would be referred to the dean or principal. Now, one procedure that I think is extremely important, especially in a middle school classroom, is how the students enter the classroom. You know, if you have students just walking in, talking, walking around, not going straight to their seat, that's already losing instructional time. So I always have my students line up outside the classroom, and I wait until everybody is there and everybody is quiet. Once everybody is quiet, I allow them to walk in quietly and calmly. They go directly to their seats, and they get started on their do now assignment immediately. Now, another procedure that I would like to add is restroom use. I always tell my students, if you have to go to the bathroom, I'm most likely going to let you go. However, if I notice that you are using your bathroom privileges inappropriately or excessively, the bathroom pass could be taken back and your bathroom use can be decreased. Because as educators, we all know that most kids go to the bathroom, but sometimes they don't always go to the bathroom. They're there talking to their friends, they're doing their makeup, they're walking around. So I make it very clear to my students that any frolicking in the hallway or the bathroom are not tolerated. Now, as for technology tools that I use in my classroom and how the students use them, I use Google Classroom for assignment access and class announcements. Sometimes we use Kahoot because they have lots of fun quizzes, and I allow them to use Kahoot to review for exams. And I also use ClassDojo for parent communication and progress tracking. Responsible use of the technology listed includes staying on tasks, no messaging or off-topic sites, and following digital etiquette, such as making respectful posts. Potential consequences for misuse of any of these platforms include verbal warnings, device restrictions, and parent contact. And I use these tools to facilitate the learning process, and it really helps me with parent communication. That is going to be the end of my video. Thank you very much, Professor, and I look forward to engaging with you in the rest of the class.